I've been tasked with teaching you about some complex biological system of my choice, and you probably saw what that system was already in the title of this video, but before I get to that, first, some poetry. Birds gotta fly, fishes gotta swim, dude. Let a play. So question for you, the viewer. How does a bird fly or a fish swim? Or in the same vein, how does a play? The answer lies in the way that you probably feel about this video. Nervous. When dealing with any word that has the prefix nerve or neuro, you're going to be dealing with some element of the nervous system, which is one of the two main systems responsible for the communication that takes place within your body and those of birds and fish. But in order to understand how the nervous system works, we first need to understand the most important cells of the nervous system, neurons. As is the case with many of the human body's different facets, the neuron is highly optimized, meaning it is very efficient at doing its job. It is organized into several specialized parts. There is the cell body, also known as the soma, which houses the nucleus and most other cell organelles. The exterior of the cell body is studded with a bunch of extensions called dendrites, which together with the cell body are what receive signals from other cells. Neurons also have a single axon that is used to transmit a signal to another cell. The axons, usually much longer than the dendrites, can even span from the spinal cord of a giraffe to the muscle cells in its feet. The trunk of the axon, where the signals that travel down the axon are generated, is called the axon hillock. You may have noticed that the axon branches off at its end. These branches are called synaptic terminals and form a junction between cells called a synapse. At the synapse, information is both transmitted from one neuron, the presynaptic neuron, and received by the other, the postsynaptic neuron. This information takes the form of chemical messengers called neurotransmitters. You can compare the relationship between the nervous system and neurons to the relationship between the United States Postal Service and people. As people, we like to send and receive letters and packages around the US. Think of neurotransmitters as these packages and your home as the cell body. Let's say you want to send a package to your favorite cousin. In order to do so, you might drive your package down the street to your post office. This pathway that the package goes down is just like the axon, and your vehicle is the signal. Once you reach the post office, you then hand over your package for it to be shipped. This is the same with the signal of an axon reaching the synaptic terminals, which results in the transmission of neurotransmitters. When your favorite cousin receives the package, the delivery man will drop it off on their doorstep, which in our analogy acts in the same way as a dendrite. From the doorstep, they receive your package into their home and boom, that's the simplified version of how neuron signaling works.